We're going to make a very quick, very simple wood stool that we can export as an OBJ and bring back in as an avatar. I'm going to start by creating an ellipse, and I think I will make this radius 12 inches. I am not going to worry about the type of fabric that I use because we are going to be adding a texture to this, which will help us when we start to make this look like our stool. The next thing I'm going to do is make another very small circular piece here. Now with this piece, this is going to be the first one here that is going to make up our legs of our stool. Okay? Now the main technique that we're going to apply here is that we are going to add a very large additional rendering thickness to these. Okay? So the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to turn off my curved side geometry. Okay? Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here and I'm going to find my additional thickness rendering here, and I'm going to change this to, let's just say 50. 50 looks okay. Let me change it to 75. Okay. I'm going to manually change this to a low particle distance number, 5, so that it smooths out our curves on our pieces here. This I'm going to leave. This is the seat to our stool. This one here I'm going to make much longer. I'm going to make this 300 to see how it looks. Ooh, we need to be a lot longer than that. Let's say 1,000. Okay. Let me say 750. That's a little better. And I think I'm going to change the scale of this to be a little smaller. There we go. So now what we want to do is we want to put this in underneath our stool to serve as our leg. Okay? So here is one leg, and we're going to use this leg here straight on. And I can continue to make this a little smaller, 725, and slide this up, 700. This really all depends on what you're trying to build and how you want it to look. Then I'm going to rotate this a little bit like this. Okay? So this is going to look like a traditional three-legged stool. Okay? Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 2 copies of this. Okay? And then these copies are also going to go under our stool. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go underneath our stool here so I can see where these are placed. And I'm going to rotate these so that I have a triangular base here that I can use as my stool. I'm taking into account where my stool is in relation to the bottom of this one leg, and I'm just positioning these here so that they all look similar. Okay, then I'm going to come back here and see where I am. Okay, pretty good, not bad. The idea is that we do want the legs to be in the center of our seat. Okay? Now, we turned off curved side geometry before. If we want to, we can turn it back on here. Now watch what's going to happen here when I turn it back on. It gives this a complete rounded edge of 100%. So if we lower this, we can give this a little bit of a rounded edge to make it look a little bit more comfortable. Okay? Our legs are going a little bit into our ground. That's okay. We'll when we bring it in, we'll have a look at it. Okay? Now, that's our construction. We don't have to sew it together. We don't have to do anything. We're not going to simulate it. But what I am going to do is I'm going to take these wood textures here. I have this distress wood here, and I'm going to put this on this fabric, and this will give us a nice texture. And then I'm going to add the normal map here to give it some depth as well. Okay? And I can push this normal map up all the way, and if you want to use a displacement map, you can as well. Okay? Now, it's not perfect. It's not cut exactly like how a piece of wood would look, but it looks pretty good. We can also, if we want to, rotate these fabrics on here using the edit texture on these to see how these move. And I could do this in the 2D or the 3D window. But now basically what I'm going to do is simply export this as an object. Okay, and I'm just going to put this here on my desktop, and I'm going to call this three-legged stool. Okay, I'm going to say select all patterns. I'm going to say save with texture files. Okay, this will allow us to have a single file with everything in it, and I'm going to click OK. Okay. So now this, honestly, we don't need anymore. We can literally delete it. Now if I come here and I say File, Import Add OBJ, there is my three-legged stool. I'm going to click Open. I'm going to add as avatar. I could have this on default. Click OK. And there is our stool. And as you can see, this is now an OBJ. I could select this here, and I could change this. I like to change it to leather, and then change the reflection intensity a little bit. And then I have a wood stool that if I go ahead and put a piece of fabric over the top, whoop, there's our wood that we used to create our stool. And then I come over here and I simulate this fabric over our stool. Our stool will interact with our fabric. And that's it. Happy carpentry.